question is what will participants do? So the dependent variable is the proportion of participants who will contact the experiment. Of course, the independent variable is how many people are there. So is it just the participants by themselves filling out this questionnaire in a room by themselves? Or are there multiple people there? So are they in groups of 3? Is this making sense? So of course, what do you think would happen? How do you suppose this independent variable would Absolutely, right? So the people who are by themselves would be more likely to contact the experimenter. And absolutely, that's exactly what they found. So you can see the proportion of individuals, at least one individual in a group, going to the experimenter and reporting the smoke is really low. When we're, sorry. Here we've got basically 3-person groups. So the proportion is really low when we're talking about people in 3-person groups. And it's a lot higher when we're by ourselves. Of course, why do you suppose this is? What's happening when we're in this 3-person group?
There's other people who are or whatever, you're both, and you've only got yourself to rely on.
What's interesting is it can't even really be diffusion of responsibility at this point, right? It literally can't be that because I'm seeing no one is doing anything. But what am I doing by seeing that no one's doing anything? Correct. I'm using them as a source of information. Well, okay, they're not doing anything. Maybe that's the right answer in this arguably ambiguously serious situation. I mean, literally, these people will sit there. We're talking about the number of minutes. This is minute number 4. It gets to the point where they're starting to blow the smoke out of their face while they're still completing this experiment. In fact, I thought I'd show you guys some footage of this original study. Always nice to see the nice 1970s hairstyles.
Why don't you tell us how you got interested in power research?
We started out where a lot of people did, I guess, with the cage at least incident that happened in New York. You probably are familiar with it, but a young lady got stabbed to death by a random killer, and her neighbors watched while this went on. It went on for about 40 minutes, and nobody helped, and the police were not called until much, much later. So finally she died. And the thing that was so shocking, so terrifying, was she died while other people who could have helped, the neighbors just watched and did nothing about it.
We decided to try to create a relatively ambiguous situation in which we could see how people responded. We thought that one kind of thing that comes up that's often hard to tell whether it's a real emergency or not has to do with fire. We're sitting in a room in a building, and we see vapors start coming through a vent in the door. Is that a fire, or is it an air conditioning system gone crazy, or something else? We're doing an experiment, and we'd like it to help after the receptions. The thing that's going to happen is that subjects will come in. We'll arrange that they come to this door. They'll stop and say something on the order, I'm here for the urban studies interview or the urban interview. And they'll ask where to go, what to do. If you could just tell them, direct them down the hall to the waiting room that was set up for this, ask them to back order the instructions like that. That would run out of time. We thought, perhaps, to Genevieve, you might have been alive today, but fewer people have seen her.
I'm here for the urban security.
Go to the room again in the hall, read the instructions on the blackboard. I'm going to be over within 15 minutes.
It would be interesting to see if people would be less likely to make the emergency interpretation of an event if they're in the presence of other people than if they were alone. We had 24 people come in one at a time and exposed to this situation alone. And the response was very characteristic, very typical. Right, well, one of the things that struck us in thinking about the future of these cases was that perhaps the mere presence of so many people, the fact that each person knows that other people are watching, the fact that in an ambiguous situation, each person looks to each other to see what to do may have helped to inhibit response.
When you collected a group of 3 people together, their reactions to the smoke were quite different.
We thought that might be perhaps the key to at least one aspect of why people smile. Because until somebody acts and there are several people present, what each person sees is other people who are doing nothing. And, other people who are telling you that nothing is the right thing.
So, I like this for a number of reasons. First, it illustrates, but also you see how everyone's just smoking. Nice illustration of the times. But this nicely illustrates a phenomenon known as pluralistic. So what's happening? And this, by the way, we observe primarily for situations that are ambiguous or incidents where it's not totally clear if this situation should be defined as an emergency or as a non-emergency. You know, smoke billowing into a room could be a sign of fire, an emergency, but it could also be maybe a humidifier, maybe an air conditioner to sort of get out some steam. So what should I do? Well, if I'm by myself, I don't have anyone else to look at as cues for what I should do. I'm surrounded by other people I do. And so what we're doing is we're looking and we're noticing the problem, but then we're also noticing the interpretations, other people's reactions to that problem. But ironically, we're all doing it, right? Because we're all sitting there looking at everyone, we're all sitting there looking at everyone, and no one's doing anything, right? So what is this pluralistic ignorance? It's where it's the assumption that other people know what's going on, but really no one knows what's going on, so no one reacts. Again, it's this assumption that others know what's going on, and really no one knows what's going on, so no one reacts. It's this assumption that others know what's going on, when really no one knows what's going on, so no one reacts. Which is different from diffusion of responsibility, which we'll talk about here. Again, pluralistic ignorance is primarily not something that will happen. We're surrounded by others in an ambiguous and serious situation. I'm not totally sure what's going on, so I'm going to look at you guys, but you're doing the same thing. And so we all just sort of look at each other and don't do anything. Is this making sense? Okay, so this is pluralistic ignorance. One possible barrier to prevent us from helping when we're surrounded by others, primarily. Another experiment illustrates another reason why sometimes you might fail to help, even in ambiguous or non-ambiguous situations.
What if, like, the 3 people were to talk to each other? You can see that's still, like, this would that change things if they make go where that happened?
That's a good question. So maybe if someone vocalizes, hey, I don't know what's going on, that's right. And in fact, I really enjoy this section of the class because usually in social psychology we talk about theory and phenomenon that is outside of our own control. Well, a lot of the research and theory that we talk about in this chapter is stuff that we can do something about, right? We could, for instance, say, okay, do you guys know what's going on? Are we all sitting here looking stupid, right? Or being stupid, right? Should we do something, right? So maybe now that we can recognize these phenomena, we can actually do something about it, right?
This study can applicate, like, in different situations. Because if maybe the participants didn't feel like they could talk to each other because they were, like, supposed to be taking a survey, which would imply or not to.
Oh, that's a good point. In fact, we'll talk about another study that illustrates a different phenomenon where they aren't necessarily participating in a study, and different things are going on there. But yeah, they have, like I said, done over 140 studies. But that's a good point that you made. You know, another norm of this situation is we should say quietly, right? So there's norms of that situation. The norm are they doing? Well, in this study, what they're doing, what they're told is they're brought into the lab, they're told, we want you to discuss this topic with your group. We're going to be videotaping your discussion. We're interested in your thoughts on it. But we want you to discuss this via intercom. So you're all going to be in different rooms. So you can't really see each other face to face, but you'll be able to hear each other and participate, right? So one person who's a Confederate in the study, before they go off into their separate rooms, says, oh, just to let you guys know, I suffer from epilepsy, and this condition that I have, you know, it's sometimes embarrassing, but I just want to let you guys know it's really dangerous and I need help if I do have a seizure. Right? So, lo and behold, the person who's in the other rooms, while the conversation's going, does start to suffer from a seizure. Of course, they don't actually start to suffer from a seizure. This is a videotaped, pre-recorded, basically pre-recording of an individual pretending to have a seizure. It's fairly unambiguous, right? In fact, the person starts to stutter and then explicitly says, please help me, I'm having a seizure. So explicitly requests help. So the question is, the dependent variable, is the proportion of people, participants, helping the person suffer from epileptic seizure within 3 minutes, right? Of course, we hope that they get up and help immediately, but the dependent variable is, do they at least help within a span of 3 minutes? And does this vary depending on the size of the group that they're in? Of course, as you might imagine, it does. So this person is actually significantly more likely to get help. There's just one other person. There is 2 people, that drops. There's 6 people, it drops even further. Now here, what do you suppose is going on? I think this is arguably different from pluralistic ignorance. It's not, I don't know what's going on. I know this is an emergency, and yet still, we've got people failing to handle these situations. Absolutely. This is what illustrates diffusion of responsibility. So, diffusion of responsibility, what is that? This is where everyone assumes someone else is taking responsibility, so no one does. Which is different from pluralistic ignorance. It's important to keep those 2 concepts distinct. So it's where everyone else assumes that someone's taking responsibility, and so no one does. Which again is more likely to happen when we are in larger groups than when we're in small groups, or even just by ourselves. The possibility of someone else helping becomes less when there's fewer people around us. So ironically, the likelihood of actual helping happening becomes, you know, higher when there are more people around us.
Yeah, but this is solidarity.
Right, so that's a good question. In fact, we'll review a study that manipulated just actually not knowing the person, but knowing somebody in your own group. That's a good question. Yeah, so what could we do now that we know this as humans to prevent this type of thing from happening? Again, most things in social psychology out of our control, but this one I think we can do something about. What do you guys think we could do to prevent this?
Step up. You call 911, right? You do this.
Absolutely. In fact, one thing that you said was really specific to what we should do. Do you think I should just say, someone please help? Right. Well, who's someone? Someone could be me, it could be you, right? No, what you should do is assign responsibility. You in the red coat, I'm looking at you, you go up, right? That kind of thing. Is this making sense? So single people out. And what else should you maybe do instead of help? Please go help. What should you say instead? Absolutely. Okay, I want to help, but what do I do, right? I remember my husband came home from work just yesterday saying, this really awkward situation. A school teacher, the school he works at, came out with a student who appeared to be choking or suffering from some type of panic attack, and she just screamed, someone please help me, And of course, what my husband did was kind of froze. And just sort of stood there and feeling like an idiot, not knowing what to do. And it wasn't until, another school teacher came. He works in the tech department, so he wasn't a teacher there necessarily, but another school teacher said, well, I'll cover your class for you. And he was thinking, oh yeah, right, I could have done that. But it didn't occur to him that, oh, I could help in that way, right? I don't know what kind of help you need. I'm more than willing to help, but what? I'm not a medical professional, and nor am I a school teacher. So again, telling them explicitly what they could do is going to significantly increase your likelihood of people helping. We're not all cold and heartless, right? We would help if we knew how. I think more often than not. And if we were assigned responsibilities, we'd assume that other people are going to do this for us. Is this making sense? Okay, so I thought what we could do is also have a nice additional video clip that illustrates additional research on the diffusion of responsibility. Things that
do alone. Groups can rescue people, but they can also stop us from helping people. Back in this Birmingham service station in the Midlands of Britain, a crime is about to be committed. The woman with the backpack is the victim, and the man in the gray top on the left is the thief. Except they're both acting. In fact, everyone in the line is in on the ruse, except the man in the blue shirt. As the thief moves in, how will this unsuspecting bystander react? He's clearly noticed the theft. What's more, he's seen that other people in the line have noticed it too. Now, what's he going to do about it? The answer is nothing. After all, no one else reacts, so why should he? In a crowded place like this street in New York City, if you were unfortunate enough to be the victim of a crime or taken ill unexpectedly, you might think that surrounded by all these people, someone would intervene. After all, isn't there safety in numbers? Psychologists say no. Research suggests that often a victim is less likely to receive assistance when surrounded by a group rather than a single bystander. When people are in a crowd, it's easier to pass the buck. It's what psychologists call the diffusion of responsibility. Liverpool Street Station in London, a busy thoroughfare for commuters. Unknown to these passers-by, Peter is an actor. As part of an experiment on bystander apathy, he's pretending to be ill. How long before he gets help? Helping would be inconvenient or even risky. He lies there for more than 20 minutes and no one raises an eyebrow.
It's always very distressing to watch situations like this where people are obviously suffering and no one's actually helping them. But what we have here is two conflicting rules. One is the rule we ought to help, and the other is the rule that we ought to do what everybody else is doing. And here you have effectively a group of strangers who are exerting the pressure not to intervene, not to help, and it's very difficult to rebel.
Ruth, another actor, takes Peter's place. How long before she receives help? People have passed without stopping.
Well, people don't really want to know. They just haven't got the time. Well, they have got the time, they just haven't been involved.
Unwittingly, these strangers have silently formed a temporary group with a rule: don't get involved. They're afraid to stand out from the crowd and won't take action if no one else does. This woman has clearly spotted Ruth, but she conforms to the rule and does nothing. Watch what happens, though, when someone else helps.
You alright? You alright?
Yes, thank you.
Sure, you're a little bit sleepy, you know what I mean?
She suddenly finds herself in a different group with a new rule: to help.
Push it up, push it. You alright, yeah? Strong.
Just before she was dead, then I sort of checked to see if she was breathing or not. And I looked around and I couldn't believe
fact that no one would have noticed it because there was a bloke sat there just absorbed in reading a newspaper.
This time, Peter's dressed as a respectable gentleman. Now that his dress is in keeping with those around him, how long before he's rescued?
Hello, sir. How are you today?
Come on.
6 seconds. She even calls him sir, and suddenly everyone's a good Samaritan.
Do you suffer from epilepsy?
No.
Why you're lying on the floor in the rain?
Because he's part of the right group. Everyone wants to help.
I would just hate to be in his position of feeling ill and nobody helping him walking past, so I'd just like to check that he was okay. And I thought, well, it's wet, so he must really be ill. He's going to ruin the suit anyway.
Next,
So I think this illustrates a couple things. First, how does this illustrate informational social influence? By information.
When people are walking by, they kind of like look around to see how everybody else is reacting. Since nobody else is going to help them, they said, since that's what everybody else is doing, I just be one person.
Right, sort of the power of social influence, even when my group is a bunch of strangers.
I have a question. Have you ever seen the What We Do? It's like a t-shirt. Is that kind of the same thing? They're not really helping, I guess, in some circumstances. But they're still trying to like, someone has to go against the crowd. Is that like the same phenomenon, even though it's not always like the helping idea? It's just, you know.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of instances on that show, they're basically replicating social psychology types of experiments. Although now we're embarrassing those people by advertisers showing them nationally. But again, you don't need IRB for turning something.
Wouldn't the like video cameras kind of deter people like over-recording? Maybe they're just acting.
I'm assuming that these were hidden cameras. That's a good point.
But like at the end, they showed
Right.
It might have been like a good reason.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
part of
they already know.
hey, this is part of the thing.
Right. I would imagine maybe there's more helping if they could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah. college female who trips on stairs, falls basically, and cries out for me. So the question is, of course, will they help her in this situation? The independent variable is whether or not they're by themselves, whether or not they're with a total stranger who was not given any instructions, so a fellow participant essentially, whether or not they were with a confederate, so someone who's being on the study, but who was explicitly told not to help. So a confederate who does nothing, has no helping. And finally, whether they're with their friend. Right? So this is where we're manipulating whether or not I know these people in my group, right? Not necessarily do I know the victim, but do I know these people in my group? And does this influence, helping behavior? So I think our key kind of variable is the proportion of people who would help in this type of situation. Is it influenced by these levels of an independent variable? And as you can see here, it is. Interestingly, when we're by ourselves, we're just as likely to help. In fact, we're fairly likely to help just as much as when we're with our friend. Why do you suppose this is, by the way? Why are we more likely to help if that person we're with is someone we know rather than a stranger? Yeah.
Maybe like people are probably afraid to help when they're with a stranger or confederate because they might look stupid. Like the person might not really need help, but if you're with a friend, you have those safety credits. So if you look dumb or they don't really need help, it will be okay.
Right? I don't have to worry necessarily quite so much about violating the norm of this group. That's a good potential explanation. Yeah.
So I feel like when you're with a friend, you're more likely to discuss what's going on.
You're a little bit more comfortable around your friend. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you say. You're comfortable around your friend and will like talk to them, but you also want to look good in front of them. You want to look like a good person, not like that was it.
Absolutely. You know, we know our friends more than we know our strangers. So to the extent that we can empathize better with people we know, we're probably recognizing, well, my friend is probably just as clueless about what's going on as I am, right? So, I can recognize, for instance, that we're both in this similar situation. We're both wondering what we should do. So maybe I'm less reluctant to go help because we maybe can empathize and understand that that friend of mine is feeling the same way as I am. Versus when I'm with a stranger or confederate, maybe I feel a little bit less like I know that person. You know, maybe this person has the right answer, right? Versus my friend, they don't know. They know as much as I do, right? Is this making sense? So again, using those people as sources of information, apparently we're a little bit more accurate when we're using them as sources of information when they're our friend, because we know than when they're a stranger or confederate. Which, by the way, these two weren't statistically significantly different from each other. We're a little bit more likely to help when we're with a stranger, a little bit less likely than if it's a confederate who never helps, right? But again, this wasn't statistically different. Does this make sense? So, we know who we're surrounded with matters as well. Obviously, also who the victim is matters. So we didn't review an actual study in that documentary, which is an anecdotal type of demonstration. But it turns out we have research that shows that the victim status, who the victim is, matters. So in this study, what the hypothesis was the participant must be perceived as deserving of help. Otherwise, they'd be less likely to help. So what they did was they manipulated the apparent cause of the distress this victim was experiencing. So the independent variable was why the victim was looking ill. So the victim on this little subway train does the same things, engages in the same behavior. So pretends to be physically ill, falls over, looks sick, that kind of stuff. The independent variable was whether or not that guy is carrying a cane or holding a bottle, right? So whether or not he looks drunk or just legitimately ill. Of course, the dependent variable, which you might expect, is proportional to health. And, not surprisingly, people are far more likely to help. In fact, almost everyone helps the guy chose to drink, he brought this on himself, that kind of thing. So something within him is driving his behavior. Versus here, the type of attribution he's supposed to make. The external attribution. Well, you can't help getting sick. This poor guy caught a virus, right? Or some type of ailment is causing his behavior. So we feel more sympathy in that type of situation, or something more likely to help in that type of situation. Interestingly enough, helping behavior is high, right? Especially when we're making this type of attribution. It's actually fairly high here, about 60%, right? Almost 100% this condition. You guys think this could help explain the Wesley Autry example of helping when the individual had epilepsy? Of course, what type of attribution is he making about this individual's epilepsy? Clearly, we've got to make an external attribution about your epilepsy, unless we're some kind of psychopath who believes God is punishing him and gave him epilepsy because he deserved it in some way, right? We hopefully don't believe that. We don't believe that people deserve the types of diseases that they've got. So clearly, he's feeling sympathy, and I think this may be this 100% bar sort of illustrates the things about New Yorkers and people, right? They're not necessarily cold-hearted. When they make the right type of attribution in the right type of setting, they will help. Does this make sense? Okay. Perhaps one of my favorite studies is called the Good Samaritan study, right? You guys have heard the Samaritan parable, biblical story, right? If you're unfamiliar with the Good Samaritan story, I can summarize it. I'm totally familiar with it, but I can give you the gist. So basically, there's this individual. There's the Samaritans and then there's the Jews, and they're not really getting along very well. There's sort of some animosity between the two. Yes. So it was an individual, I guess a Jewish man, who was a victim, who was lying on the side of the road. Please correct me if I'm butchering the story, by the way. I just want to get the gist of it. Lying on the side of the road, ill. I believe 3 people who are holy men pass by and do nothing. They don't help. They're high up in a religious organization. They're rabbis, priests, that kind of thing. They see the victim lying there. They look and they recognize this person needs help, but I'm a really important person. I have things I need to do, so they continue on and they don't help, right? And it isn't until the Samaritan, who's supposed to be the bad guy of the day, wanders and sees the individual, and it's actually the Samaritan that helps, right? And it makes more sense if you recognize that people didn't like Samaritans back then. So, and you're supposed to like rabbis, you're not supposed to like Samaritans. Is this making sense? Okay, so it's the Samaritan that helps this individual, gives them clothes and food and everything, and they're good. So the question is, can we sort of take this paradigm and use it in a study in a really ironic way? Of course, psychologists like to be over the top and do this type of thing. Again, keeping in mind, what would a social psychologist say will predict helping? Individual personality or situations? Situations, right? This study, more than any study, I think really hits home that it's the situation, hopefully not our personality, that predicts not helping. Real hypothesis is that helping will be less frequent if the cost of helping is high. For instance, if I'm in a hurry, right? I'm off to do this important thing, there might be less likely to help than if the cost of helping is low. Now, in this study, what you need to know is that they recruited a sample of participants from Princeton University, who were students there studying theology. They were basically priests in training. So they took a sample of holy men, essentially. The independent variable was basically, okay, so I need to give you a little bit more context. They're told, what you guys need to do is, you're all priests in training. We would like you to give a speech to this audience on the Good Samaritan, right? So ironically enough, you have to talk about the Good Samaritan. The independent variable is